Really matter. What matters is what you do in between the race and how you end it. Hello Zimbabwe, welcome once again to another breathtaking episode of Rock Bottom. I'm Zolile Makeleni. Today I have a guest. Most of you might know him. His name is Dr Tich. Welcome to the show, Doc.
Welcome, Zolile.
Okay, getting straight into it. Rock Bottom is a show that is just meant to inspire and motivate the general Zimbabweans. I want you to probably introduce yourself to those who don't really know who Dr Tich is.
Thank you, so. First of all, I want to thank you for inviting me to your very beautiful show. My name is Dr Tich, but I'm known as Dr Tich. I'm comfortable being called Dr Tich. Yes, I'm not very old. I'm 39 years old.
Okay.
Yes, born 26 August in the rural area of Good Masvingo province, where nothing comes from. That's where I come from. Yeah, so I grew up, I'm a firstborn, so responsibility was put into me by nature. You know, as a firstborn, if you meet every firstborn, there is great responsibility upon their soldiers from tender age. Yeah, actually, I have a nickname that is called Zolile Makeleni. That's how I'm known. Dr. Tich is an inspirational speaker. I'm actually an economic human development expert. That's what bubbles in my systems. If you call me to talk to develop a human being, that's what I do. That's, to be precise, who Dr. Tich is.
Okay, all right, Doc. As you're explaining where you're from, how did you manage to pick yourself from that background you're trying to explain to become this glowing Dr. Tich that everyone else knows?
Thank you. My father and mother are still living, but they were very peasant. If you have ever met a peasant parent, that was my parents. Save of now, because I'm now someone, I also changed their lives. But the way I grew up, I wouldn't want anyone to grow up that way, because I remember majority of my primary school, I paid school fees for myself, because I would fetch water for my teachers. I would clean for my teachers to pay that blue $2 note, if you know it. Yes, you know it. Nonetheless, my father, my mother remains my heroes, because most of the times they would encourage me to be someone. They would play with people who were up there, people who were completely not in the same circles with them, but they would play with them and look for opportunities for me when I grew up. So it is that which I noticed from my parents, that they need good out of me. It inspired me to the extent that I changed where I was schooling during O-level. And I traveled 15 kilometers to school on foot, 15 kilometers back on foot. And I'll tell you something that will shock you. This feet you are seeing today, it went to school for 20 years without wearing a shoe. I started wearing a shoe regular at 20. Before then, people would tell you that, teacher on apfura, shoka yake. You see, they would say that. So when I'm going to tell you about how I then, let me use the word metamorphosized, how I changed, it's because a human being must only be a product of their own decision. You must underline that. You are a person whom you are because that's your choice. If you choose to be someone, you'll be somebody. If you choose to be foolish, you'll be foolish. If you choose to be poor, you'll be poor. If you choose to be an athlete today, you'll be an athlete. You see? So, having that background, it tells you that if I followed the normal way of doing things, I was not going to have any chance to have lunch with Bill Gates at the age of 31. You see? At 20, I'm starting to wear a shoe regular. At 31, I'm having lunch with Bill Gates.
Wow.
It tells you a robust, a radical, a brutal way of doing things. You see?
Okay, Doc. It seems as if people of your same age, people of your generation, they always tell me the story that is kind of similar of walking barefoot going to school for 15 kilometers. Right now, to ask a kid to go to school without proper resources, that's not gonna mbutsu. Okay, I want you, how did that build you after reflecting and just thinking of 15 kilometers, thinking of how you'd go, try to teachers, how you'd carry water for them, what drove you? Could by the age of 31 you afforded to have lunch with Bill Gates? What really?
Thank you, Zo. That's the kind of person I am right now. I'm not apologetic when I'm talking. The reason why we're seeming like we don't have future as a country or as Africans or as black people is because we have taken away responsibilities from our youth and we reduce them into becoming, helpless people. People who are dependent on assistance. People who are dependent on donor. There's a donor mentality in people. There's this thing that is called someone somewhere is responsible for me. And that syndrome is, if we don't know it, if we don't watch it correctly, it is killing our youth. We will not have future. You will see that I walked using my own foot. Okay? After having went to the field to do the work in the field from 3 a.m., then walk 4 kilometers to the river to bath.
Okay, Doc, I'll have to catch you there.
Yeah.
We'll come and pick from where we left. Viewers, stay tuned. We'll be right back. Thank you for staying with us. I'm still with Dr. Tich.